Welcome to my video HTML Basics Part 1. In this video we're going to discuss HTML basics, some different strategies to use and how to use them. Let's begin by creating a new file in our VS Code workspace called htmlbasics.html. Next, in this file we're going to type in HTML and choose the prompt for HTML boilerplate. Now this is using the VS Code extension HTML boilerplate. If you are not getting prompted for it, check to see if it's installed. For more information on getting this installed, go ahead and check out my video on setting up VS Code extensions before continuing. Now that we have a generic HTML page, we're going to look at some of the parts of the page itself. First, look at the very start of this page. You'll see the Doctype Html. This shows the browser what style of HTML is being used on the page. This is using HTML5. Other styles of HTML are 4, 3, etc., which are mainly used in older browsers. Most everything written for web nowadays will be written in HTML5. Most browsers will support it. Chrome, Firefox, Edge, IE 11, all of these support HTML5. Next, take a look at the next line. This part is where any information about the page is added. It's called the head. Information in the head ranges from the title or author to links or other external items such as a style sheet or CDNs. We'll get into CDNs a little bit later, but for now just know that the head is mainly used for all of the information to tell the browser what the page is about. Now a little side note, I'm going to be referring to this HTML file as possibly the page or the document throughout these videos. Keep in mind that I'm talking about this HTML in both cases. Let's go ahead and type in lang equals en. This is showing that the browser is using English. Another word you'll hear me use a lot is the word tag. This word is used to denote the written HTML element on the page. For example, the head has an opening and closing tag, here and here. The opening tag of any element starts with the less than symbol and ends with the greater than symbol. A closing tag begins with the less than symbol followed by a forward slash, like so, and ends with a greater than symbol. Keep in mind that most, but not all, HTML elements have an opening and a closing tag. Let's move on to the next major section of any HTML page, the body. The body also has an opening and closing tag. Within the body is where you'll put all of the elements that you want displayed in your web page. These are the two main sections of any HTML page and are important to understand. The head is for page or document information such as title or author. The body is for all the data displayed in the browser itself. Notice how both the head and the body are contained within the HTML opening and closing tags. Now VS Code is pretty good at using IntelliSense to close any HTML tags that are needed while you type your code. Let's check out some examples. In your body, after the Internet Explorer stuff, type in div. VS Code should automatically close your div tag with the closing tag of the div. If it doesn't, check to make sure that your file name ends with .html, as well as check to make sure that you have an IntelliSense extension installed. Again, check out my extensions video if you need a quick reference on how to do that. Now we're going to add a div with a class. Below the div you just created, type div space class equals my class. Again, you should see VS Code autocomplete your div. Now I'd like to get into some different HTML elements. We've added two divs, but what is a div? A div is a block element that is used as a container for an HTML document. A block element means that it will be the only element on its line in the browser window. The opposite of a block element is an inline element, which allows other elements to be next to it on its line in the browser window. Some examples of block elements are div, a paragraph or p, all of the header or h elements, and more. Some examples of inline elements are span, a for article, and more. Just remember that these items are block or inline by default and can be overwritten in CSS. For example, we could set our divs to be inline elements instead by specifying display inline either inside of our HTML tag or in a style sheet. That's all for this video though, mainly just going over the basics of the HTML page and how to create the first one. In my next video we'll go more into depth with examples on just how to do this and where to go from here in creating our first HTML page. And as always, thanks for watching.